Hey everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Internet Friends, the episode where we go back to our hometown and realize everything's falling apart beneath us.
Yep.
Yeah,
Woo!
I think we've all had that experience.
Absolutely. When I went back to New Mexico for the first time in like 6 years after my nephew died, you get there, it's just like, oh, hey, your college bar is closed down, and all of this gentrification that's happening all over the place is a thing now, and you're just like, last time I was there, they had just finished legalizing weed, and so like every empty storefront was now a dispensary. Just
Oh,
That happens. Quick, and it's quick too. They're
yeah.
faster than Spirit Halloween, I swear.
Oh, they
at
are.
this point, yeah.
They're motivated.
Yeah, true.
Anyways, how have you guys been? It's been a long couple of weeks.
Surviving. Not thriving, but surviving.
I gotta love this, what feels like, 15-year recession we've been in. Give or
Can I
take.
just tell
Is that
you,
all
like,
it's
on a
been?
very, yeah, on a very related note, I was like, this is something I talked to my therapist about yesterday. I'm a little over people trying to find the silver lining in things. Sometimes there's no silver lining.
Yeah.
Sometimes shit just sucks, and let me be mad about it. Because I'm
Yeah.
just like, I literally, I'm dog sitting this weekend, and I'm making like exactly like $200, which is great. And I was like, oh, I'll be $200 ahead for this paycheck, which is awesome.
Nope.
And then I just paid for Theo's medication, which was $190. And I'm just like, and I was telling this to a friend, and they're like, well, at least you had the money for that. And I was like, fuck off. Can you fuck off? Like, no, again, there's no silver lining. This just
You can't-
Yeah, I literally
with the-
put $20 in my gas tank. It got me a quarter of a tank, and that quarter of a tank was gone by the end of the day.
Exactly.
I believe it.
Shit.
And with that $10, you can't even like go to Taco Bell anymore.
Nope.
Like,
Nope.
so
Let people be mad. It's a shitty time. Like sometimes,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
my therapist was really tiptoeing around. She's like, okay, I'm not gonna spin this. I'm not gonna spin this for you. I was like, thank you. Like, I appreciate it. Like, let me be mad about this. This shit sucks. Sometimes
Yeah.
shit sucks.
It is one of the things I do say. It's just like, look, I'm angry. Just let me be angry.
Please, just let me like process this part of the emotion. It's a change from depression. I'll take that. So-
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And even sometimes with depression,
One
you have to
extreme
just be
to the
like,
other.
look, it's just like, hey, I'm depressed. Just let me be depressed right now.
Yeah.
Let me. Again,
You know it's
sometimes
getting-
it sucks.
Yeah. And things are getting bad because I got "Hey, I missed you" this week from one of my exes. And that
Ooh.
doesn't happen to be very often.
Hey, classic recession indicator.
Yeah.
Just hearing from
Classic.
ex, it's
Hey,
like,
I'm
hey, I was
having a
just
rough
thinking
time,
about
so I'm
you.
reaching out to Seth.
They're just going down the list. They're like, he'll do. That's fine.
It's fine.
Speaking of recession indicators, so this week our homework assignment was Night in the Woods, and this one was given to us by Bree. So Bree, given this is your homework assignment, go ahead and kick us off.
Yeah, so I played this game. It's funny because I remembered I usually can like have time markers based on like what job I was working at the time. I was working my first corporate job at the time. So it was like and I really enjoyed the corporate job. I hadn't been crushed quite yet. So
Right.
but I like
You didn't know what that meant yet.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
You just saw healthcare and benefits, and you were just like, yeah, made it.
exactly, we're doing it. So making more than $12 an hour. Look at me. So it was a definitely different time. So but like I was working kind of like a more regular 9 to 5 job, and I just started playing this game. So I would like play this game after work every day, and only for a couple of hours. But like I really looked forward to playing this game after work every day. Like it was it's something we've already kind of talked about, is that like despite how you may feel about this game, I think something that it captures, which I have not really seen in a game, is something that we were discussing kind of previously, where it's just like that feeling of growing up and recognizing that the world around you is not the way you thought it was.
Yep.
Noticing your parents get
Yeah.
older, noticing your hometown changing, noticing like
Yep.
people you grew up with died, like things like that. And I'm like, and I don't even know if there's a word for that, because it's not nostalgia. It's a little more sad, and it's a little more like existential than that. It's just like it's this like holy shit, this is real life, and it's not what I expected to be, and I don't know what to do with that information or how to feel about it. And that is something I think this game captures so fucking well. I think it's one of the strongest points about this game. I'll talk more about my like official opinions on it later, but I just think it's a good one. So whoever wants to take it away.
Yeah, no, I agree with more or less kind of all that stuff. It is definitely that, you know, we were kind of talking about it a little bit pre-show, and like also this where it's just like, it's that you come back from like your hometown after being away for whatever reason, whether you move away like I did, or if you did go to college or anything like that. And yeah, kind of like realizing like, oh, everything's different, but everything's also the same. And
Yes.
also like, there's things I wasn't paying attention to in my youth because I was a kid and all that other kinds of stuff. And you could tell that this game was made by millennials who lived through the financial crisis of 2008 and everything, because it has those vibes in it very strongly. Specifically, like, you know, the coming home and dad's like stressed out about his job, or like getting laid off and all that stuff. Like, parents are basically constantly stressed about bills. I was like, oh, yep, nope, I remember that.
Mhm.
And I'm living that now, so
Yeah.
sucks having that turn on the other foot. But I enjoyed this game for a lot of different reasons and everything else like that, but also found the game incredibly frustrating in a lot of other kinds of ways.
Oh, really?
Mostly in the pacing, and I think I would have liked to be able to play this game a little bit less on a timetable.
Sure.
Like, I think us having, you know, to have this done by the time we did recording, which we did push back a week, because this game, I think, lends itself more to, one, letting you take the time, a little bit more time to explore and engage with the characters, one. And so I felt like I missed a lot of stuff. And even I looked at some reviews online, and they were using gameplay footage of stuff that, like, that never happened in my game.
Yeah.
Where the hell was that character? Like, what is happening here? So I definitely missed a lot of stuff because of the timetable. And then another thing is just like the experience of like playing it on like my computer in my like room office. It's like, nah, this would have been a better like couch TV experience.
Yes.
Because it has more of a feeling of like a cartoon TV series. So I felt like that would have been a better experience in how I played it and that kind of stuff. Also, and I'm sure this is something that we can all talk about, it sucks when you are playing the most annoying character.
She's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, she is.
There were several times where I'm just like, I do not want her to be doing what she is doing right now. And like, you know, they're giving you dialogue choices. Like, what gets me to get her to stop doing what she's doing right now?
Well, I don't know if either of you took B to the party on the other side of town.
That is exactly the part where I was like, for the love of God, please stop. You're being a terrible fucking friend right now.
Shut the fuck up, May. What are you doing? You are ruining this for B.
Like, I was trying so hard with my options. It's just like, just stop.
Go back and talk to the witchy girl we met at the other side of the party. Leave this conversation.
Go back to dancing like she told you to. Like,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, no, I did have an issue with the pacing because it is kind of a slow go.
Yeah.
But I think I missed out on a lot simply because like there was a character who shows up at the very end of the game who is very important to the very end of the game, at least in what ended up being my playthrough, that I had only met once prior the entire time. And there were also a couple of reveals. But I think what happened with me is that I know it's what happened. For the first little bit, I was exploring everything, talking to everybody I could, really just enjoying my time in this world. I get to the start of Act 3. This is Tuesday. Then I'm like, okay, I'm done with the game for the night. I back out to my PlayStation home screen, and it pulls up, Night in the Woods, 0% main story completed. And I was like, oh, fuck, we're recording. It was just a glitch. For some reason, my PlayStation wasn't recording it. But I hit Act 3, and I was like, oh shit, I got to wrap this up. So I just like speed ran it. I'm like, okay, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm going to the old pickaxe, talking to B, getting that mission started. I'm heading to the convenience store, getting that mission started. I got to get through this.
Yeah. No, definitely having that pressure of trying to get through it definitely was a disservice to ourselves more than anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pacing is definitely the hardest point of anything. That being said, God, the art direction in this is just fucking amazing.
It's
like
beautiful.
it's such beautiful like set pieces. The animation is flawless, like so good. Like you like
Very
you-
fluid.
like even just running around like the main street like every morning and just like kind of going in and interacting with your neighbors, just like the way it flows as you're moving through is just so good.
Yeah, the color choices, and also like something I don't think I mentioned before, but I'm like, what I love about the setting is it feels lived in. This does not
Yes.
feel like
It
they
is a
just kind of like
world.
pop this up really quickly. Like this is a neighborhood that this person grew up in,
Yeah.
that these people grew up in, and they know these people, and people have changed throughout time. You get to really know and understand the town, and
Yeah.
it feels very intentional, which is so nice.
And every time I saw somebody new on my screen who I didn't see before, I tried to see if I could interact with them. And like,
Yes.
there's only few instances where you can't, but like, it is one of those things. And again, because I got so logged in and trying to get it done, you know, eventually I just ended up in the pattern. It's just like, okay, wake up in the morning, go see my friends, and just see which one is going to be the quest giver that day.
Mhm.
But as a result, I missed out on a lot of stuff. Like, it's just like, what happens if you go to the train station? What happens if you go up on the hill by the church and all that kind of stuff? Like, I didn't realize that my mom worked at the church until, like, I just ran into her randomly. I was just like, oh, shit.
I got in a routine, even though I was still rushing it. And by the time I got to Act 3, it was like, okay, I'm going to go up to the church and I'm going to talk to the homeless guy, see how he's doing. And then I'm going to go down to the train track and try and steal a pretzel to give to the rats. And then I'm going to, okay, good.
I was gonna ask if you had rat children like I did. I was like, rat children.
Yep.
I did not get that. My
I had rat children.
Yeah.
Completely stumbled on that too. I was just exploring the wires and I was like, oh, I can open this window? Rat children.
Pretzels.
And then, but yeah, so I had a routine, and then like I would check the email or the chat every morning to
Mhm.
see like who was giving out quests. And this game is also like very in depth when it comes to like the mini games and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like that dungeon crawler, there's a full dungeon crawler in this
Yeah, no,
game.
that's like a full ass game that's pretty much in it. They're all very simple for the most part. I fucking hated the bass playing rhythm game. Like that was
I sucked at
that
that.
was the most infuriating,
Yeah.
because even when you're succeeding, you're playing bass badly. Like, I won't even qualify that as playing bass. So like, it's just like, why is this completely offbeat? And just like, I was just like, I hate this.
Yeah.
I get what they were going
And-
for, but I hate this.
Yeah, and I think this was intentional. It was intentional, but the music in the game is so great, so atmospheric, except for band practice.
Yeah.
Those songs suck.
They're the same songs, actually. Some of them
Are
the
they?
same songs, yes. So
It must just be the MIDI
Oh,
track
yeah,
that
no.
they used for the bass then that
yeah.
I
Yeah.
hated.
Yeah, no, like they specifically made the bass track and everything else pretty horrible. But yeah, no, like Anywhere But Here or whatever, it's like that one, like you hear, but they like slow it down, or they kind of make it a little bit more atmospheric for what's going on.
Yes.
How'd you guys feel about
Okay.
the dream sequences?
Loved them. I
I
thought
like
that shit was
that.
so fucking cool.
A little disorienting. I will say, if you don't
Yeah.
notice that there's the orange glow at the side that is leading you to the next
Yeah.
thing, it can be like, I don't know where I'm going right
Yeah.
now, because it is so dark. And also there are parts of those levels where you can kind of wander off to the side and it doesn't necessarily stop you right
Yeah.
away. So it can be a little disorienting. And I know that's where we get to like the sort of platformery like parts of the game, and it can be a little, I don't even think it's bad. I think it's just because it is so dark, it can be a little disorienting.
Yeah.
So, but I
It's
love
hard to see where you're supposed to go.
100%, but like the visuals and the colors they chose for that is just like, it's so striking. And it is immediately you're like, something's wrong here. Something's weird with this dream. Like it puts you in a really like uneasy state right away. And again, the art direction is like especially beautiful in the dream sequences.
I loved the like Crooked City one, which I think is the last one before you meet God or whatever that
Yeah.
creature was. How there's like these like spirit fish that are just floating around the entire screen, and then the like crane hops up and grabs one at the very end when you complete it. I thought that was so cool and beautiful.
Yep.
I'm guessing you didn't like that part, Aaron.
I had mixed feelings about it. Again, it was one of those things where because it was breaking up the pace of the game, I was like, again, I'm trying to get through it, but like again, it's just like if I could have just taken the time to sit with it. Again, probably some of the best art direction that they have, and I did enjoy like unlocking the different like shrine things where they like would introduce a new musician playing an instrument, how they would layer it as you went through a level. Just again, very very good art direction, just on every note. The dialogue is very, we are in our early 20s and don't know how to talk to each other in a lot of parts.
Yeah. Crimes.
I will say the friend group is just like, yes, the classic millennial friend group.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like, we have me, we have Bree, we have Seth.
Hey, which one am I? Please don't say May.
Who am I?
I want to be B. I loved B. She was my favorite
I had
character.
Bree as B, and then I had you as Craig.
I'll
I'm
take
too
Craig.
bubbly to be B. I think I'm too bubbly. So, and
Yeah,
not
you are a bit
like,
of B.
like pastel goth. I'm not like goth.
I ended up spending the most time with B because it was just like, oh, she hates me. I gotta make her my friend.
I did too.
Yeah.
This is the first time. I wanted to ask you both who you spent more time with, because I think I feel like the obvious choice is Greg, because Greg's just like a super fun and very sweet. So this one I did B.
Yeah, he's the chaos agent, so I was like, I feel like you get more in hijinks and like action with it. B, I think, is like more, her story is definitely more insular and just kind of like, hey, let's talk about kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, when you don't get a choice for your future, unlike May did. So it's just like, and I don't know if that path is the same for everybody. But I know especially the night where you have dinner with her father, that a huge. Did you guys not have this?
I don't remember.
I didn't.
That.
Oh, okay. So that's why I'm so excited to talk about this, because depending on your timing, when you go with each people, you have different things that happen. So there's a night where B is too busy working, so she's like, hey, I'm just gonna make dinner for me and my dad. If you want to pick out dinner, we can do that. So that's what we do, and you go and have dinner with her dad, and her dad is extremely hard on her. And then we go into her bedroom, and May and B have this conversation about how May's like, well, you can't take that from your dad. He's so mean to you. And she's like, what fucking choice do I have? Like, how dare you? You left and came back, and you like, they have this like blowout fight. And this is where May is like an absolute asshole because she's not reading the room at all. And she's just like, no, stand up to your dad, blah, blah. And B's like, that's not an option. This is my fucking life. So
yeah, see, that's how the party scene read for me, really, because like you go after her and like have more or less that same kind of conversation with her.
Interesting.
Admittedly does get resolved a little too quickly. Like,
yeah,
B's like, you got to leave. I've been stuck here. And May's like, I don't know how to explain my side of it. Cracks a joke, and B's like, all right, let's just go home. And then they're friends again. And like,
it lingers in that, like, they are mad at B's mad at May for a lot longer in that scene. So in fact, it's not resolved there. The next day you're not allowed to interact with B because she's still mad at you, because she's just like, how fucking dare you walk in here and tell me to stand up to my dad? This is my life, and I don't get a choice. Like, some of us got a choice and chose wrong. I don't get that. So, which is like a very cool perspective to see, because I'm like, I think that is a lot of people's realities. That's that growing up and like not realizing that certain people don't get the same options that you do. And May doesn't appreciate that at all.
Yeah, not understanding the privilege that you have, even though from your perspective, maybe it's not so much of a privilege and maybe it's a lot of pressure, but for somebody else, it's like they're not even being afforded that opportunity.
Yes.
And with May too, up until, and this is a weird game because I don't know what I can and can't reference, because I don't know if we all got the exact same like outcome. But you find out why May is the way that she is, because she's having these like dreams, and she's like had this like trauma thing happen that's because of this like Eldritch god. That's one thing that like really took, like, just came out of nowhere for me, was like, oh, religious cult, Eldritch god, making sacrifices. All right, we're doing that now.
The Stephen King stuff like at the end was like very disorienting for me.
Yes.
Yeah. But May is like very much stuck in a state of like Arrested Development. Like, she comes home and is almost like too excited to be like, nope, I'm back home. Everything's back to normal. You find out why she's this way. But for the first little bit in the game, it's like, girl, everyone else is growing up. Everyone else is becoming more and more serious. And like Greg is kind of the closest one to her that is like still holding on to the past.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even then, because I for the first few days, I bounced back and forth between Greg and B. And so I did the crossbow mission with Greg, where they like have the knife fight. Yeah. And the reveal at the end of that, where he's like, I really love my boyfriend. I don't think I'm good enough. I've had this, like, I'm kind of a piece of shit sometimes. And it's like, that's a very real reaction to have. And that these characters all felt super real. But even there, May's like, no, just ignore my problems. I'm just ignoring everything that's going on with me. And you shouldn't feel that way. You're great. No, leave it alone. And he's like, no, I'm really opening my heart to you right now.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm trying to be vulnerable and like be able to talk about these things with you, which is, again, a common theme where it's just like, hey, you know, it's okay to talk about the stuff going on with you.
Not if you're me, though.
No, well, that's why we force you on the show like every other week, Seth.
Exactly. Yeah, this is your therapy. It's fine.
It's cheaper than therapy. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know. Have you been seeing the internet bills these days?
It's true. Oh my god.
I was curious if either of you got, because it sounds like we all had really, which is one of the reasons I was really excited to play this game, because I'm just like, again, even me playing it for a second, like mostly full playthrough, I super different outcome for all of this. One of the first times I decided to hang out with B the entire time, because I did not really hang out with her in my first playthrough. I went kind of Greg all the way. And one of the first, I think it's the first or the second time I hang out with B, she goes to a woman's house to fix her furnace. Did either of you get that?
Yeah,
I got that.
Okay.
That was my first B mission.
That was one of my favorites, just because, especially, I love the moment at the end where May is gathering all the fireflies and bringing it back to B. There's like, again, that kind of speaks to the art direction, and also there is that kind of lightheartedness that she is able to bring to B, which I think is one of the positive things about May. She goes too far with it, but like she does have like these really kind of quirky, sweet things about her, and
the whimsy is there.
The whimsy, exactly, which is like we definitely need, and it does make B smile from time to time, which is like very nice. And also, again, just the visual of picking up the fireflies and bringing it back is just stunning. Like, it is just so like delicate and light and sweet, and it's such a lighthearted moment in what is kind of can be a very heavy game. I just that part, I was just like, I'm like, oh my god, this is so fucking sweet. I love it.
That was very nice. In that same mission, though, when you pick up the bat and start hitting the furnace, I was like, no, you're going to get B in trouble. You're screwing this. Okay, this is what we have to do to get out. Okay.
That is
anything else.
That is one of the things where it's just like, you know, you're in like all these moments of like, go ahead and explore, but then you end up in the like, hey, you have to do this thing to move forward. And it's just like, I don't want to beat up the furnace. Or like I don't want to just gather a bunch of junk just to throw and just kind of be annoying. Like, I'm being an annoying friend right now, but I understand that that's part of the character more than anything else.
Yeah. And that's also, I think, part of her like trying to hold on to her childhood is like her friend is doing like adult responsible work when I'm gonna fuck around and collect things and string it all together and look, I fixed it. No, you tied a fishing pole to a lever.
Right.
But thanks for your help anyway.
Help.
Yeah, help.
So not a lot of time with Angus is what I'm hearing from both of you guys.
No, I said hi to Angus every single day. So I went to anytime that he was at the store, I went to go say hi to him. He didn't really say much, but I did say hi to him. So
okay.
I said hi to him.
I made sure to like go to each part of town and say hi to everybody every day. I went to church every day. I had like my route that I took.
Your routine.
No, if I do another playthrough, I'm gonna do that so I don't miss out on all the stuff I missed out on. I always made sure to talk to my neighbor who did the poetry and always said yes to hearing poetry from her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You got to do that. I did stop at a certain point because I thought I was like super behind. I stopped talking to them. I went down into the train and talked to the old lady who knew my grandpa and got to learn a bit about him. There was another one. Oh, what I wanted to say is like and this goes to the world building of this universe, is like there's stuff that you get let in on simply because you just found a random neighbor and started talking to them. Like I found out about like the softball incident because I just randomly started talking to this kid on a roof who was like, "Hey, I'm a couple grades younger than you. My parents would never let me talk to you because they said you killed somebody playing softball."
Yes.
And I was like, "Wait, what? What?
I was like, well, we gotta unpack that one.
I'm on my way to feed my rat kids. What are you talking about?" I killed someone?
Holy shit.
But yeah,
I mean,
to Angus, the only Angus mission I did was the going up the hill in the park when you're looking for the ghost.
Yeah, it was the same one I did.
That's where I stopped. Fun fact: I stopped kind of right before the paranormal stuff. And it's so funny because I just looked up. I was like, wait, what's the ending to this game? I remember it being a little weird. And I will say that is one of the most consistent criticisms that this game gets. And I think both of you were kind of hinting at that earlier. That I'm like, I actually would have preferred a more grounded version of this game all the way through. Just 'cause, like I like that narrative. Like I would have been just fine with, hey, this person needs to grow up, and they're going back to their hometown and they're not really accepting this new reality. I actually almost would have like preferred like a for lack of a better term, like a schizophrenia route, just because that can happen where people kind of have those breaks like later in their life, even though they don't have anything pointing to that earlier. So I feel like I would have done better with that. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but I think to your point, it's not brought up until the third act, which is a little confusing. So there's hints of it, but I think there's better ways to go about that part of the stories, and that's kind of the vibe I was getting.
Honestly, for the first little bit of the game, I thought this was going to be a Jacob's Ladder. And like when you leave the train station or the bus station at the beginning of the game and you fall down the hill, your character actually dies then. And then the rest of it is all like her imagining what it would have been like to go back home.
Yeah. It does have a certain
in her
like,
final
kind
moments.
Again, it does have a certain purgatory aspect to it. Like that town is purgatory in a kind of way like that. So that would have made sense. Yeah, like the ending of the game is very like kind of like, so anyways, we shoved in this like cult plot type thing. I like made the whole Stephen King joke. It's just like, anyway, so there's this thing going on in the town. It's like you could have still had that without making it like so like
out of nowhere.
Because like like the idea that like, you know, there are forces like the factory and everything else that kind of goes on in the town, and like, you know, again, capitalism's always the bad guy.
Yes.
Like, you know, specifically like it's just like, no, like getting rid of the vagrants and the troublemakers, that's how we keep the town alive, and not like actually investing in the community. Why would we do something like that? Like they could have still had that on a certain level without necessarily going like kind of full on like, you know, secret society-ness. Like that stuff happens, that just doesn't happen with cloaks. It happens in boardrooms.
Yeah.
Also, the entire gang did not react appropriately to the severed arm. They just kind of see it and they're like, oh, that's weird, and never bring it up again.
Yeah, I think that was the other part of it. It was just like, you know, for like a random severed arm and like children and, you know, people disappearing around the time, everybody seems pretty chill about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, they're in their 20s. I don't think that makes it any better, honestly. I'm like, maybe if they were like younger, and you like didn't understand like the gravity of what that means. But I'm like, in your 20s, you understand. Like you're a shithead probably, but you know that, oh no, this belonged to somebody and something terrible has happened here.
Look, if we're gonna rip off Stephen King, we're gonna rip off Stephen King and make them not care.
Yeah. We got a mall to go to. Can't be caring about an arm.
Malls, man. I love going to malls now.
Yeah.
They're kind of fun.
Yeah, it's great. Evidently, Gen Z, I saw a TikTok that was like Gen Z has started going to malls specifically to get that experience because they didn't really have it the same way we did.
Yeah, I told you about like the Gen Z girl in the Hot Topic who had like never been in a Hot Topic before.
Yeah.
I didn't understand how to interact with like the stores. Like I don't, what do I do with this? Like, can I just carry this around the store? It's like, yeah, I mean, as long as you just pay for it at that counter and then you leave with it.
Yeah.
That's why you learn to shoplift, and so then you can steal
which is what I did when me and B went to the mall.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, I tried. I failed that mini game, and I was like, I'm good at shoplifting in real life. Why can't I do it here?
Right.
But I did get the pretzel. I
only got the pretzel once. I failed two
Yeah.
other times. And I was like, my rat children are starving. You don't understand.
I failed it. I failed it the first time because I didn't know what it was supposed to be happening, and I never had rat children. I'm a rat childless millennial.
Typical.
Yeah, we're killing all the industries, you millennial. Just speaking about malls, I was in FYE a little while ago, and I had a question about something, and I walk out. Yeah, I know, right? So I walk up to the counter, and there's this person in their early 20s working the counter. And I go to ask the question, and she's like, hold on one second. She checks her walkie-talkie, and then she starts looking around. And she's like, I'm sorry, but evidently there are shoplifters in the mall, and I think they just came in our store. And I was like, oh, so what do I got to do to distract you? What do I?
Cool.
No, I trained for this. I'm ready.
It's like, this is a rite of passage right now.
Yeah, come on.
What's up?
It's FYE. You are charging $5 for a pack of K-pop Demon Hunters ramen.
Yeah.
Leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah.
It's fine. Oh man.
It's okay to steal from corporations, everybody. They're stealing from us.
Yes.
Yep.
Random sidebar, but I was wondering if you guys agreed with Greg's pizza scale. I don't know if you remember that from earlier in the game, but he's basically saying there's awful pizza and then super, super fancy, really good pizza, and everything in between is still really great pizza.
Yeah, there's other versions of that I've heard in real life, and that more or less holds true. It's like one of those things where it's just like, are Little Caesars Hot and Ready's good pizza? No, but it was $5.
Yeah. I like
not
Little
awful.
Caesars.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I've never been upset about a Little Caesars Hot and Ready. Never been.
It's better
upset about
than
it.
every frozen pizza brand.
Correct.
And I'll still throw back a frozen pizza. I'm a Red Baron man myself.
Sometimes it slaps, honestly.
Hey,
so.
sometimes you're feeling really cheap and you got to go Tombstone.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of fuck with Tombstone, to be honest. I love Tombstone pizza. That tastes like my childhood.
Right?
I get the square Totino's ones, and then I lather it in hot sauce, and it's so fucking good. Yeah.
When occasionally we do girl dinner in the house, which is basically just get a bunch of stuff that we can toss in the air fryer for Emily and Sam. It's just so the last one I just got a bunch of frozen mozzarella sticks and pizza rolls, and just all right, let's go.
That's a fucking evening. Rolls. I love that. Oh, that sounds so good. Mozzarella stick, fuck yeah.
Yep.
I've been really in the mood for mozzarella sticks recently. I think I'm gonna get some at the store.
Oh, that sounds so good.
That's the other thing that this game does really good. It does kind of bring back that it's just hey, you're in your 20s. What do you want to do on a Saturday night? You want to meet up with all your friends and eat junk food.
100%. Playing a band that'll never go anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. Go to a bonfire in the woods, drink way too much, and throw up in front of your high school crush. It's what you do, right?
Yeah. Again, rite of passage.
Absolutely.
Confront your ex in the worst way possible. Absolutely. Let's do it.
Yeah. For me.
Embarrass your best friend in front of all of the people she wants to be so cool around. Yeah.
Absolutely.
At that bonfire party, I kept trying to go and talk to the ex, and then she kept being like I got the hey, it's good to see you, and then she was like, I can't do this, and I had to go back and get another drink, and then I went back up, and it was just May standing in front of this guy saying out loud, I can't do this, and then going back and getting a drink, coming back, I can't do this yet.
Yeah. That is the irritating part where it's just hi, I want to go do this now. It's no, you still got to go back and do this. I'm just oh, come on.
Yeah. And that was another thing. There were lots of times when there would be big settings like that where I didn't know which character I had to talk to progress. So I would just keep going back to multiple characters and then okay, no, I had to trigger this dialogue to trigger this dialogue so that this dialogue would. Yeah. And so there were times like that party where I was just okay, what? I guess I'll go drink more.
I felt the same with trying to find Angus to fix the laptop because I'm okay, I know he works here. So I'm gonna go there, and I was okay, his shift hasn't started yet.
Oh yeah.
But Greg said he should be at the work, but he's not at work. Where do I go? And I was okay, apartment complex. Understood. But then I was okay, how do I press the button? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I got stuck on the button.
Yeah, that one, I was just okay, is it trying to make me do it? It's just no, you just need to press it while it's sparking. It's that is, how was I supposed to know that?
Right.
Well, I think one of the people you talk to through the intercom is like, it usually works if you like jam a screwdriver in it. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I gotta go find a screwdriver.
Yeah,
So then I
yeah.
started like walking around town.
Yeah, they told me that after I got it to work.
Okay. And then I was like, no, I'm just gonna jam my finger in it and see.
And that's
just
the
like
key.
just like we would have done in real life.
Yeah.
Trying to
It
think
was
of anything else.
I enjoyed it. I really liked my time with this game. I thought the art was great. Overall, I really enjoyed the story and specifically the way the story is presented to you and how things are unveiled and
Yeah.
how you start learning more about each character and what they're going through. I liked it.
Yeah, I would have
I-
liked again as more of a console experience for myself. So, but that's on me.
Yeah. I don't mind the ending. It's weird. My biggest problem is that when the like ghost, the main hooded figure that's been like in the background of the third act, jumps after May in the elevator, I was like, show me who it is. Is it somebody I interacted with? Who is it? And then no, they just drop down the
Oh.
elevator
Yeah.
and you don't get to see.
That's a
What's the
small
little
part.
what's the little bird's name?
Oh,
Germ.
damn.
Germ.
Yeah, Germ.
Germ.
Mhm.
Germ is the character that I interacted with once, and then suddenly they show up at the end and they're like super important. And I was like, oh, I
You
missed something here.
You have to explore to see him. He tends to be in like weird parts of town. He tends to be past the diner. So that's
Yeah.
usually
Okay.
where you had to find
Yeah,
him.
I've either ran into him by the diner, or I think I ran next to him by a train station at one point.
Yes, I
Okay.
think he's in slightly different places. And I know there is a time where you can hang out with him instead of B and Greg. But he's weird and I didn't
Oh.
want to do that. So
I'm not doing that
Hey,
shit.
we all have that weird friend who ends up bailing us out in the end.
right.
Yeah,
So
true.
fair. Super fair.
And it was usually me.
I have Seth in my phone as the weird friend.
Checks out. Uh,
Awesome. Aaron, did you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, just I definitely would like to play this again at a time when like I have the free time to actually dedicate to it, which I know is kind of a tall ask for being in your mid-30s now. And just again, like it's not a perfect game. It's a very simple game for the most part with the mechanics. It's not going to inherently challenge you unless you play the dungeon crawler. Like the dungeon crawler is like just a full-on game that you could just play.
yeah.
But no, like everything about this game was really good and put together. It's like there was like kind of period of like, why am I not enjoying this? But it was me figuring out, I was like, oh, I'm playing the game wrong.
Right.
Was the reason I wasn't enjoying it. And once I kind of like got that figured out, it was so much better. But it is one of those things where if you're not used to playing this kind of game, you definitely have to do it. And again, like I would argue more than anything else is that this game is an art piece as much as it is a game. Kind of like how we talked about it when we played Unpacking. That, this is more of kind of an experience of kind of like, this is somebody's form of self-expression and telling a story more than it is like, just like, here's the like thing I'm going to take like 2 hours at the end of my day to unwind with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think that's very much again, I think my original way that I played this was like the optimum way to play this, because again, I'd be tired after work, I'd play it for like an hour and then I'd like pick it up the next day, and like it kind of coincided with like the day night cycle of the game where I'm just like, oh, okay, I can't wait to go home and see who I'm going to hang out with today and what we're going to do. This is definitely, to your point, like you can't speed run this game. Like there's really, and honestly,
No.
because I was playing this so quickly for the pod, I was enjoying it a little bit less, and I was like, oh shit, do I not like this game? And I was like, to your point, I
Yeah.
was like, no, I love this game. I think this game
Yeah.
has so much to offer anybody who wants to play it. It is just not meant to be played this way. It's simple in a way, but there is a lot of story there. There's a lot to explore. And again, there's quite a bit of replayability depending on which paths you chose to take. So you gotta let this game breathe. It needs to, because it has a lot of story to tell. And again, me playing this I think this is actually technically my third time playing it. And I still had a completely different experience than the first few times that I played it. And something that I liked a lot about this playthrough in particular is that I think I appreciated the notebook and the drawings a little bit more
Oh,
because
yeah.
I
I love
got
that.
so many different drawings. So I don't know if
That was one of the things where it's just like as I got closer to the end, it's just like, but there's just so many pages that I'm missing.
Yeah.
right, exactly. I don't know if either of you.
Well, and then
enjoyed
after the
that.
credits, it brings it up to show you, like, here's the whole thing. And I counted, and I was like, man, I missed 8 pages. Damn it.
Oh, that's
Uh,
so cool. I love that. I don't know if you guys got the Honey I'm Horn, but like that that made me giggle. There's a guy who's fishing
I don't
in
think I
the,
got that one.
okay, totally fine. There's a guy who's fishing in the like the underground place, and
Oh, okay.
he like occasionally tells you some poetry, and then he misrhymes this one part where he's supposed to say home, but he says horm instead because he's trying to rhyme it with worm. So then there's this little pop-up in the corner that says honey I'm horm, and it's just a tiny little worm with a hat, and it just like cracks me up every time. And it's
That's
just
fun.
like there's small little things that like you'll never find if you don't take every single little path here. But I think
but
this
why
game
did
is,
your grandpa leave a tooth in the safe though?
Oh, I was gonna ask if you guys got that. So I was like, shit, how do I get to that save? So and I did manage to do it this time. I did not do it in my other playthrough. So but yeah, it's just a tooth in there.
I didn't get that at all.
It's in the crawl space.
It's in the crawl space. You have to keep talking
Oh.
to your dad, get him to move the stuff out of the way, and then there's a save.
Yeah, every
and if
day
you
I would
don't-
go in there and be like, why hasn't he moved this shit yet? How do
Yeah,
I get him to do that?
You have to watch TV with him every night, basically, and just talk to him and ask him
okay.
about it. And
Did you
then
not talk to your parents?
I talked to the dad sometimes when he was there. I talked to the mom every day that she would call me into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And at the church.
Honestly, that's an experience that I do really appreciate about this game. Because your parents are pretty chill when you first come home. They're very nice, but they get a little impatient with you, especially your mom. Especially if you
Yeah.
talk to mom
Yeah.
every day like that. You have like that blowout fight with her one day, and it's just like, oh, I've had this conversation with my mom, where she's just like,
Yeah.
hey, things are hard. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm just like,
yeah.
you're my mom. You can't say that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
It's one of those. It's the thing where it's just like, okay, we've been enabling you to get your shit together now. It's just like, great.
Yes, very uncomforable,
Right.
but very real. And yeah, I think it's fun talking to the dad as well, because that feels like a very dad experience where he's just like,
Yeah.
he doesn't say too much. He does do occasionally a bad joke, and he's like, come on, I'll do that later, but come watch TV with me.
Yeah.
So and then you just watch like a silly little sitcom every night. So or excuse me, talk show every night. So yeah, this game is just, I think it's adorable and lovely, and it's, again, I love how lived in it is. I feel like it's such a cool experience. You can tell the people who made this game really, really love it and really loved these characters, and put a lot of effort into it. And I did want to mention as well, I also played on my PC this time, and I super regretted it. I really wish my first 2 playthroughs were on console. It is such a better experience on console.
Yeah.
I don't know even what it is, but like this game just feels. I will say, I think you can't full screen it on Steam, so that
No,
was
you
part
can.
of it.
You have to go into settings and like get it really set up. It took me like 5 minutes to like get it set up to where I could play it on full screen on Steam.
Okay, that is good to know. So, but still, it's just like, the experience was just not as good on PC.
Yeah.
Like
This is definitely one I wish I could have just been laying on my couch while playing. I think that would have made the experience a million times better. Again, because like I feel like it's almost like watching a cartoon series more than like playing a game, and so I feel like that would have been a more optimal experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I got the optimal experience because, like, for the first little bit until my PlayStation lied to me, I was playing on console. I was taking my time, playing for like an hour a night, just chilling out.
Mhm.
So I got the optimal experience for the first
You
time
really did.
of any game that we've played.
It's
Console
tough to,
wins
use
one.
format. I'm still a console gamer, honestly. Granted, I mostly play a PC, but I'm like, there is just something very cozy about playing on a console that you really can't replicate with a PC, I would argue.
It just sucks that all of the games that I wish I could play on console are all in my Steam library.
Yes.
Steam Machine cannot come in cheaply enough.
Hey, but we need RAM and GPUs for that 65-mile long data center in Utah.
Yeah. The prices are starting to component prices are starting to come down. They're not great, but they've gotten better.
It's good.
Well, it's because OpenAI is not fulfilling their promises and how much they were going to purchase. So all of a sudden it's like, oh, we actually now just have a stock full of it. So anyways, but yeah, who's surprised?
Get rid of
Nobody.
this shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, it does suck knowing that next console generation is going to be hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, we're not. We've talked about this so many times. We are not at a point where we need new consoles yet. There isn't really anything for the consoles we already have.
I was about to say I would argue that like the PS5 and Xbox Series generation kind of is just a lost generation because there's not really. It wasn't a huge leap. It wasn't a huge leap technologically. The games more or less were either remakes or sequels for the most part, especially on PlayStation. And like for the most part, especially on the Steam side of it, indies are still like basically accommodating older hardware anyways. Like they don't make stuff for like that high end of stuff. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm just like I'm kind of just more or less just leaning on indies from here on out. So
I think that's the way to go. Honestly, everyone I know who has a PS5, I don't know anybody who has the new Xbox. Everyone I know who has a PS5, it either goes unused or it's used as like to watch like Netflix or something on their TV.
It's their Blu-ray player, like it's always been. A
Chromecast or a Fire Stick. It's way cheaper.
We'll do all that. Well, I do play my PlayStation 5 fairly often, but I usually I play my comfort games, which are like the Arkham series from, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City came out on the 360. Like those games are almost 20 years old now. And
the Switch too, though, right?
Let's
put it on that.
It's going to be $500 here soon, and you can use the Joy-Con as a mouse.
But hey, we're finally getting that Star Fox 64 with updated models that all look like furry costumes.
People are not happy with that. People are not happy about those redesigns. Hey, but evidently GTA 6 in a couple weeks, which, as somebody who's never played a single GTA game, I could not care less.
Right.
You sounded excited.
No. I'm excited for people who are.
Right. It's one of those things where like it's like the opposite of COD fans in that like I get why you're hyped for a new GTA.
Yeah. It's been 14 years since the last one.
Again, it was like one of the last big titles on the Xbox 360 and PS3, so like we're already 2 console generations out from it.
Man.
Granted, GTA Online just printed money, which is why Rockstar drove their feet for so long.
It's the same reason Steam doesn't really make games anymore, or Valve doesn't really make games anymore. They make so much money on Steam, there's no incentive to like push out a new game.
Right.
Evidently, I heard of.
Oh God.
I was gonna say, evidently, I heard that the Steam machine was going to have Half-Life 3 as a launch title, and they haven't been able to announce it because they don't know yet when they are releasing the Steam machine.
Right. I think they're still holding out to where they can actually hit a price point that will actually move units.
Yeah.
It's tough, yeah.
Life.
Can't afford it anyways.
And that's the problem, though. But there's an acknowledgement pretty much across the industry is like people can't afford this stuff anymore.
No.
Nope.
We can't.
Can't afford gas right now, so I don't know what you want from me.
Oh my God. We're hitting $4.50 where I am.
It is $5 here, so.
Yeah, it's like $4.30 over here. It was like it shot up 40 cents overnight last week.
Man.
Ridiculous.
Who would have thought starting wars in the Middle East would have consequences?
Right? It almost has never had consequences in the past. Why this the first time ever? It was a bad idea.
Other times we've done it like that. Yeah. That's crazy. Nightmare.
But hey, the hantavirus might take us all out, so none of this might matter anyway.
Oh God. I don't think that's gonna happen, but
I don't know.
I don't know what I want at this point, honestly.
Yeah. But there is that, like, it is funny because you can tell just how traumatized everyone is from COVID. Because the second this came out, people were like, "We're not fucking doing that shit again. Bomb, nuke that boat." like
Yes.
destroy it.
Which is funny, but you also have people on the other end of the spectrum where it's just like, work from home part 2, let's go.
Yeah. I don't know, man. These things are bad.
Sometimes shit sucks. I think that's the thesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes shit sucks.
It really
Hey, is there like
does.
some weird like eldritch goat god we can sacrifice of everyone on the Epstein list to make things better?
Dude, I'm
Please?
trying. I'm
Can we
trying
do
my
something to
best.
Can anything bad happen to them? That would be cool.
Right? Oh man. Just consequences of any
Ever.
kind would be great.
Well,
I know, like,
yeah, I was
you can
about to say when
acquire-
if the 2008 financial crisis can't get people in jail, what did we think pedophiles were going?
I just like what and not that all of that doesn't bother me, but I'm like, it's like I feel like they're always like, think of the children, and now the kids have been assaulted. Like we have proof of it, and we
Yeah.
know who did it. And what are they going to keep using that? Like you clearly don't fucking care about the kids. Like it doesn't. You
Yeah,
don't care that they're
clearly
being
not.
assaulted. Like what's it going to take? I don't understand.
If I've said it once, I've said it before. Politics is based on hypocrisy.
Yeah.
We got Zoran though. We love Zoran so much.
Yeah, Zoran's great. Zoran is a shining light in an otherwise dark world.
Yep.
Well,
I feel like have either of you ever gone spelunking?
no.
The cave
No.
diving? Oh,
How
okay.
white do you think I am?
Huh? I have a couple times. And there's always a point on the tour where they get everyone around and they're like, okay, everyone turn out your flashlights. And so you can see how dark it is deep, like 6 miles beneath the Earth's surface. And I feel like we're in that moment of like every light is clicking off gradually. And Zoran is just like, no, you will not turn my light off.
Sweet boy, we love him so. I don't want to like politicians, but I
No.
like everything he's done. He's been really fucking great. So
He has been. Oh, you
And all
mean
he-
politicians
and-
can actually follow through with their promises?
And that's the thing. All he had to do was his job. That's all we're asked. That's all we
he
asked
did
him to
what he
do.
promised.
That's all he's done. He's just like,
Oh,
I'm gonna
no one
try and
wants
get
to
these
work
policies.
anymore.
And he's like, I'm gonna try and get these policies through. And while those things are going on, I'm gonna go make sure resources are going to the services that they need to go to. That's all he's done.
Yeah.
It was that easy.
And also, landlords like have to take care of their tenants, which they should
Yeah.
have been doing the whole time. And he's actually
Yes.
enforcing it. They're like, "What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's just-
We can't be slumlords. What do you mean? We've been doing it for so long." Crazy.
Ah,
I
wild.
can't believe my tax money went to shoveling snow like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
How are people mad about that? It was so weird seeing people try to be mad about that.
They're trying anything with him. They're just like, "What's his wife doing? Maybe his wife's problematic. Maybe I don't know. She's an artist, probably." They're there.
Something, please. Yeah. And then you've got everyone on the left just attacking Hassan for just no reason.
Maybe we don't need to hold Twitch streamers to a higher standard. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, I have issues with Hassan,
Yeah, sure.
but he's definitely mostly on the right side of history.
Yeah.
And because of that, the Democratic Party is like, no, don't listen to that guy. Don't listen to him. He's bad.
And hot.
He wants
and
to
very hot.
and hot and very hot. I
Yeah,
found out
like-
he's like 6'5".
Oh,
He can't be hot, tall, and have good opinions. Fuck
Come
off.
on, dude. I can't. I gotta take a cold shower. Fuck, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, we really went a lot of places with this conversation.
We did.
Love this for us.
I'm mostly stalling because I forgot to think of a homework assignment.
I
this
was
time.
about to put you on the spot. I was this close to putting you on the spot.
Shit. I did have a thought that actually I had something that I wanted to do, but we just did a video game, so I think I'm going to hold off on that for a little bit. Which is Mouse PI for Hire, if you were wondering.
Ooh. I've been saying a lot about that one.
But yeah, I've played a little bit of it. It's great. But I had a thought that it might be fun to go back and watch the first Avengers to see if we can pinpoint where all
Where
the
everything went wrong.
yeah, where everything started to going wrong. Because I haven't seen it since it came out.
I'm excited for this because I did watch it a couple years ago and I remember being like, wait, was this bad the whole time? So I'm really excited.
Oh, okay.
I think
Good.
I think people forget that Phase 1 actually was not very well received at the time.
Right.
I remember liking it because I was like, yeah, I didn't love the Iron Man movies. I didn't love everything, but it's kind of neat that they're like bringing this whole universe together. That's kind of cool. It'll be fun to see where this goes.
It was a time and place, I think. We'll talk about it more when we actually watch and have the episode. But yeah, it was definitely a time and place, I will say. But anyways, that will be our homework assignment. That is our show. I am TCK Media Productions on most platforms. You have that Seth23, who you can see on the Tiki the Talkies from time to time. And then, of course, you have the raccoon herself, be always looking lovely and hopefully taking care of those good adopted dogs for a little while she's babysitting.
Graham.
That's our show, guys, and we'll see you all next time.